Okay, advent code day number 4. Let's get started. So let's see. Advent code 2020, number 4. Passport processing. Oh man. So you arrive at the airport only to realize that you grabbed your North Pole credentials instead of your passport. While these documents are extremely similar, North Pole credentials aren't issued by a country and therefore aren't actually valid documentation for travel in most of the world. It seems like you're not the only one having problems though. A very long line has formed for the automatic passport scanners, and the delay could upset your travel itinerary. Due to some questionable network security, you realize you might be able to solve both of these problems at the same time. The automatic password scanners are slow because they're having trouble detecting which passwords have all the required fields. The expected fields are as follow: birth year, issue year, expiration year, height, hair color, eye color, passport ID, country ID. Passport data is validated in batch files, your puzzle input. Each password is represented by a sequence of key value pairs separated by spaces or new lines. Okay. Passports are separated by blank lines. Okay. This problem smells like, it might be too early to say that, but this problem smells like amazing metaprogramming that we could be trying to do. Maybe not. We'll see. Here is an example batch file containing 4 passports. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of, sometimes it's space, sometimes it's new line. Parsing is becoming increasingly complicated. It's increasingly real. The first passport is valid. All 8 fields are present. The second passport is invalid. It's missing the height field. The third passport is interesting. The only missing field is CID, so it looks like data from North Pole credentials, not a passport at all. Okay, let me reread this. So the third passport, which is this one, I guess, has everything except the country ID. Okay. Surely nobody would mind if you made the system temporarily ignore CID fields. Treat this passport as valid. Oh. The fourth passport is missing 2 fields, CID and birth year, I think. Missing CID is fine, but missing another field is not, so the password is invalid. According to the above rule, your improved system would report 2 valid passports. Count the number of valid passports. Those that have all required fields, treat CID as optional. In your batch file, how many passwords are valid? Okay, so we need to consume CID key value pairs, but at the end of the day, we don't care about them. We can throw them away, or like they don't factor into the decision. That's interesting. So how do we do this? Let's see. Let's see. Also, these have values, but we don't care about the values. Oh no, you know what? So here's my idea. I was starting to be tempted by the idea of making these structs, making all of them structs. Making a struct for passport and then use a bit of metaprogramming to set these fields in the struct with the values taken from the text file, which we can process comptime. The problem is we might need to save the values, and but we could still do that actually. Might not be the end of the world, but at that point, if we do one at a time, it doesn't matter if it's a struct or not. Oh, I don't know. Let's start with some like basic way of dealing with this. Let's not overcomplicate stuff. Okay, let's get the puzzle input. So yeah, this is my file. It has, so passports are separated by like empty lines. Yep. Okay. Copy. Now where are we? We are in the ZigAOC template folder. Nice. Micro. Open src. We need to put this in an input file, right? So we want to open source. Let's call it passports day 4.txt. And we just paste everything inside. Save. Then we open a new tab. And in this new tab, we open source slash day 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Okay. And in day 4, we have const, I don't know, data equals embed file passport for day 4.txt. Oh, Matt, you got iframe to make it work. To reproduce the issue, so it's not solved. Okay, well, that's a step forward. I mean, if he can reproduce it, I'm sure he can solve it. Thank you, Matt, for the subscription. So what do we do next? Next is we need to start parsing this file. And I think, so we just have to keep a count. We don't even need to store them. So let's just do as usual, var count, yeah, let's just call it count. Count usize equals 0. And thanks for the 2020 homework. Oh, the emoticon. I see. So we have the count. Let's start. Oh, I don't know why I keep going there. I have source here. Go to the beginning. So here's the problem that we are facing, which is funny. Thank you, Gentron, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. A nice IRSSI. You know, I've been trying to make IRSSI to style slightly the theme. What I would like, you can see that nicknames here are wasting a lot of space. Oh my god. Okay, no, that was me. So here nicknames are wasting a lot of space. And what I would like is for the nickname to be above, and then the whole message occupy the whole width, since we don't have much width anyway. It's complicated. I haven't figured it out yet. I showed you width, right? I think you mentioned it. I don't remember what it is. Was it a theme for IRSSI? My problem is not like, my problem is something that I want to be able to solve myself. Oh yeah, it was a nice theme. I see. My problem is something that I want to solve myself because I know where the descriptor is for how to print, like the format string for how to print these things. The problem is that it behaves weirdly. Like I try to add a new line in it, and the new line, all it does, well, it puts the message on a new line correctly, as I would like for it to do. But it keeps printing the date, the time again. So the new line where the message starts has another 2016. And that's horrible. That's not what I would like to see. So it's either something more complicated or something that cannot be done. And documentation, horrible. Other people trying to do this, none on the whole planet, or at least the ones that do probably try to keep that information secret and like sealed in some kind of IRC nomicon or something. I want to make an IRC lib for Zig. That would be nice. Oh no, Per, no, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so here we have one of the most common conundrums in modern software engineering. We have these things that are basically structs, but are them file format. On top of having new lines put in random places, But that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that the fields are out of order. Every single thing here is out of order. You might know one file format that likes to do this shit a lot, like right? It's supposed to. It has one single format for both struct and hash map, which have similarities conceptually, right? But they're not exactly the same thing. For structs, you know what the layout is, and you can leverage that fact for better efficiency. While hash maps, on the other hand, are supposed to have a dynamic set of fields, and you have this file format. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say the J word, but this file format mixes the two concepts together. People don't think about it, and you have this, which then becomes particularly annoying, especially when you have a programming language like Zig. Like if this in Python, you just or JavaScript. In JavaScript, which is another language that likes to mix these things up, you just make a JavaScript object out of these things, and you're done basically. But in our case, either we use hash maps or we use structs, but then we have to be careful with field ordering, and we can do that. We can fix that with metaprogramming, or we have a bunch of if-else cases. I'm gonna try the metaprogramming approach. Let's see where this goes. Maybe it's a disaster, but today I want to try out the metaprogramming approach. So const passport is a struct, and inside we have ECL, and I think these are all. Let's make them all optional strings. And let's also make them default to null. To have ECL, oh, you know what? I should probably copy this definition from the description here that makes everything easier. Oh, yes. You know also what we can do? Here's what we can do. You can select everything. You can do Control N, I think. Of course not. I'll get there. Is it Control M? No. Alt N? No. Command N? No, definitely not. Oh, Alt Shift N? No. Why am I having so many problems? Okay, you know what? Why am I having so many problems with multi-line cursors? So I'm gonna add that by clicking. What the hell? Oh. And then Shift, what's it? Shift Alt. Oh no. Okay, so my multi-line thing is not as nice as I would like it for it to be. So, colon, question mark, const, u8 equals null. Oops, commas. Okay, we have our passport struct. Now, what do? We need to tokenize, we need to tokenize files. So we used tokenize from std.mem the other day, and we can do it too here. One thing that I learned from that I didn't know the other day is that, or that I didn't fully realize, is that if you pass to it multiple delimiters, it uses multiple delimiters at the same time interchangeably. So we can split on space or new line, and both will work, which is nice. So the problem though is, now that I think about it, is that if I use tokenize, this is not gonna, this is not going to tell me when a passport is over, and that is annoying. But that's not a problem because I don't use tokenize. I use something. There's another one. There's the other one that wasn't tokenized. I think we need to go back to documentation. Okay, I don't know why I went this way and why my browser didn't want to present me something from the history since we went there already. But anyway, library standard mem. We have tokenize. There we go. But as I was saying, yeah, the problem with tokenize is that multiple new lines are going to be ignored. So we have split. Returns and iterators that iterates over slices of buffer. Oh, but this takes only one delimiter. God damn it. Hmm. I think this should be fine though. So we first split over new lines. So var line iterator is std.mem.split. And I think we should do a couple of tests where we print what we are getting just to see if everything looks right. So we are splitting data and using as a delimiter. Is there anything else? Starts with, ends with token iterator. That's a shame that we can't use just tokenize this time. So we as I was saying, we split using as a delimiter new line. Also, oh wait a second, why is delimiter singular, but then it accepts a string? So let's say again, this is an iterator that iterates over a slice of buffer that are separated by bytes in delimiter. If delimiter does not exist in buffer, iterator will return buffer null in that order. Delimiter length minus b0. See also relative function tokenize. Oh, so maybe it's the same. It's the same principle. If so, I think we are good actually. IT. And let's do this. So before we do anything else, let's print the first tokens that we see, the first n tokens. So var I usize equals 0, while I is lower than, I don't know, 10. Let's print 10 tokens. I 10 tokens, and we increase I plus equals 1. What do? We print tok is this new line, and what we print is it.next. Save, we have an error. What did I do? Var it std split data. Oh, there's a spacing. Nice. Okay, so the build day 04. Expected type constraint font contain int. Oh yeah, right. I forgot to fix this. I mean, okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, the space was in there, and the space is supposed to be there. It's just the quotes that are wrong. Okay. Oh, ouch! My terminal is bugging out. Why is this? What is causing this? Oh no! I tried to get fancy. I got all problems. So tok null 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 null. Okay, I think there's something not working here. There's something not working here as intended. Because it's, oops, let's see. Yeah, if I understood correctly, the problem here is that this is I think assuming that both tokens needs to be found one next to another. The limiter, yeah, it's that's why it's I guess it's called has a singular name. Yeah, now this works as intended, although as usual I'm having this stupid bug I need to fix. But so anyway, with the new line it works as expected. So we definitely need to have we need to split on new lines. And then we know when we get an empty line, we know that that's a new passport that starts. Okay, so we need to call this line IT. Yes. So the line iterator is while line it.next pipe line. So for each line, we want to tokenize it using spaces to get single key value pairs, and then using colons, but we can use those interchangeably, assuming the input is well formed. And since the input is well formed, we can split with either, because we know there's going to be key value, key value, key value, key value, key value, key value every single time. So var talk it is, well, you know what? Let's call it it. Is std mem dot tokenize line over spaces and colons. Also, first we need to do a check. If line.len is 0, if it's an empty line, then we need to continue. We start a new passport. Which is not going to be a continue necessarily. I think we need to reset something. We need to reset something that says, we need to reset the state of the password. Actually, no. Here's what we need to do. We need to say current passport is done. New passport begins. Something of this sort. But let's continue with the main flow. So we tokenize key value pairs, and now by the power that that comptime gives me, I can do, I think, something like this. So here I do var p is a type passport. Well, var p is a passport where everything is default fields. An empty passport, everything is null. So we iterate, and I do what do we do? If it.next, we call it e, then we grab the the value. So const val equals it.next dot question mark, and I can do this. I can answer that that token is going to be there, because if I have the key, then the value is there too. Now that we have key and value pair, here's what I can do. I think I need a built-in at field. Let's go double check. Documentation. At field. At field performs field access by a compile time string. Boom. So we can access, yes. So we can do at field key. What field? The field key. and we set that to val. And actually, you know what? We don't even need to do this because we can assign to it directly. We can assign the optional there if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this works. So now we keep assigning. This instead, it's not an if, but it's a while. While we keep. Oh no, why is this also bugged out? What happened? Okay, there's something going on with my stuff. What can I do to clean it up? I don't think there's anything I can do. I can see still chat. So GW1, are you doing the whole thing at comp time? I don't know. Maybe that's the plan. So the thing that I decided, the decision that I made. Holy shit, this is completely messed up. Slash quit here. I pressed a button that messed everything up. I wish I knew what I did wrong. Yeah, no, this is completely broken. Crazy. What can I do? So here's what I can do. I can save. I can command Q this whole thing by, and I can retry again. Surely this is not gonna devolve into a no, that's not it. Is it? No, that's not it either. Oh, it's R. Oh my god, is this really not working? Okay. Split vertically. Split horizontally. So while I do this thing, and of course nothing really matches anymore. So as I was saying, everyone, the only thing that I know is that I want to try to use comp time, and so I'm trying then to accept the consequences of that. But I don't know how it will go. Okay, that's what we have, and then so as I was saying, I try to put this in the field. Once we complete all tokens, we need to start a new line. But if the line is empty, it means that it's time to check the passport. So we need to check the passport. And let's put it as a method in the passport. So function check. Check takes self, which is a passport, returns bool. And what we wanted to see is that all of these need to be something, right? Italian window manager under macOS? Not really. It's just iterm with a bunch of split panels. So, but the thing is, so by the way, specs, I think I can put everything inside a comptime block, right? It should work. I mean, I guess it's time to test this out. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna change approach. But with this, it's current passport is done, and what we can do is, you know what? We can, for now, we can just print passport. Do we have a print that prints the struct content? I'm assuming, maybe, I hope that's the default. So passport, new line, we print P, and then we return. So we don't even try to call check. Is this gonna work? Let me see. So like this should not compile. Zig build day 04 should get a error about, yes, unable to evaluate constant expression. That's fine. Now, time to bump up comptime to the maximum level. Now let's see. Error, unable to evaluate constant expression. Oh no. Mutex, block, try acquire, stdr, print passport. Wait, so the problem is with debug print. Okay, that's fine. That's a good point. This becomes just std. Do we have any nice? Oh wait, write this at compile log, I guess. Passport, then the passport, and then that's it. That's it. Found compile log statement. Passport, struct passport constant. Oh damn it! Is there a better way of printing the struct? I want to see how it looks. What's a good way? You know what? It's fine. Let's maybe I could panic. Let's see how this works. std debug dot panic. I believe, is it still there? Is gonna work? Oops. Error cannot store on time value in comptime variable. First trace dear. Oh no, panic is failing too. So I'm stuck with compile log, I guess. It's fine. Compile log, and then we do passport. And then we do it. You know what? Nope. Why is this creating my cursors like that? That's crazy. Why? I'm encountering too many weird bugs. I don't remember what button I was using to use my mouse to generate more of those. Is it just Alt, Shift, Control? I don't remember. Control, Alt. I think I've done something with my editor. Oh man. Okay. You know what? Let's do it one by one at this point. Add compile log. Seriously, why am I not allowed to do? Okay, so this is almost working. Okay, I got it working. Add compile log. Copy, paste, colon, comma, e dot. I should probably done some metaprogramming to do this actually. I don't know why I didn't think that I could do metaprogramming here. And then I guess new line. And that's it. Will this work? Now this is B. This gonna work? Oh no, I think I want to keep this. Save. And to find out. Okay, so we got it. This is HL is null. This is not. Oh no, look my new lines. What happens to them? Okay, so I think that we don't need to try to print new lines. Is good, I guess. Okay, boom. So we got, at the end, we don't care about the contents. We only care about whether some things are null or not, right? So we can now change this to something more productive, which is, and you know what? And let's do it with some proper metaprogramming now. So for std meta fields, I believe, of self, for each field that we have, and we need to check what the return value of this is so that we can use it properly. It should be like name value, I hope. Well, what we can do is for each field, all we care about is that the value is different than now. So if field.value is null, return false. Otherwise, at the end, return true. And at this point, here's how we can check the current passport then. We can say p if p.check count plus equals 1. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, compiler doesn't need new line. Thank you. You shouldn't need new line for compiler. Okay, we're telling me that. Yeah, I learned. Yeah, it's not sublime text. Okay, so we are doing the count. We need to start new passport. So start new port. Which is simple as p equals passport. And that's it. And that's not actually that bad. I'm sure there are some crazy error things that can be done with metaprogramming that I'm not doing. So let's double check that meta fields is doing what we hope it does. So we need meta. Function fields, there we go. It takes a type. Oh, okay. Okay, it takes in a type and returns, wait. It returns fields. Okay, so it's a bit more complicated. That's annoying. So we need to pass it passport. And then it returns the fields. And I think fields have a name. Let's just rename this to f. I think we can do add field self f.name. And that should work. Let's check it out. Oh, and yeah, of course. Once we're done with the while loop and everything else, we need to say compile log final count equals count. Okay, let's see what we did wrong. Evaluation exceeded 1000 backwards branches. That makes sense. That evol branch. So I'm clearly doing something that I should not be doing. I'm abusing metaprogramming a lot. And the idea is that compile time, like you want compilation to eventually succeed and not to stop there. forever because some infinite loop or whatever else. So there's this concept that by default, Ziggy is gonna do a given amount of work before bailing out of the entire compilation process. But if you know you're doing a lot of things, you can just say, you know what, I don't care, do the extra work. Okay, so here's the problem though. Is this the error? Is this from before? Or is this still working? Oh no, it's still working. Okay. We're making the compiler work a lot. Is this gonna work or is this gonna fail on us? I should have tried running this like on a smaller chunk of input just to make sure it kind of works. I kind of went super YOLO on it. Still thinking about it. 875 megabytes, 880, 890 megabytes. It is using a lot of RAM. Ooh. Come on, this solution is so nice. And 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabyte for parsing a text file. Yeah. And I wonder how far along it is. You know, I should have made it print like compile time, compile log statements as it progresses. It would have been probably a good idea. Interesting. So this is making me wonder: do we? When is too much waiting too much? I don't know. Also, come on, how many lines were there? Few, but not that many, right? I mean, it's not even that long. Also, it doesn't end with a new line. I'm not checking the final passport. But I can check it manually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fields. So this should be okay, unless there are like duplicates, but no, there aren't. Do we reach a conclusion? No. I regret not putting any form of progress measurement. So this is now transforming quickly into a sunken cost fallacy test. How long am I willing to wait in the hopes that I'm gonna get a return out of the current implementation, and at which point should I stop and just implement it normally? You know what? I could do both. I could implement it normally and while this tries to compile. Copy, so cd documents AOC, copy source is your 4 to source a 4b. So how would we change this? Hmm. It would have to be not comptime, not nothing, and then a bunch of checks where we need to have the main fields all okay. Like we can do +1 and then have the count equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 7 fields at least. Oh, it completed? Did it? Final count 108. Do we trust this count? And I lost how much memory I ended up consuming maximum in the end. What was it? Probably 1.5 GB. But it worked. 108. So let's see. Oh no, it's not the right answer. Oh right, because I'm not doing the final one. It's 109. Damn it. Oh no, and I have to wait 50 seconds. I knew about it. I said it and I forgot about it when it was time to input the answer. I think it's 109. Because the last passport that I forgot to check in the algorithm, since there was a missing new line at the end, was fine. So 109. Come on. It's penalizing me so much. Annoying. I mean, makes sense. I understand what this thing is there. But hey, not bad. Not bad. Not great either, but not bad. This is one example that I think people in the Zig Discord are going to enjoy probably. um, and yeah, the solution is just to like recopy the test also outside. Oops. Copy and paste it and save it. Oh, can I submit? Ooh, again, the answer is too low. Okay, so we definitely have a bug in the program. You know what? Let's scrap this comptime idea and let's do it normally, I guess, at this point. Kinda disappointing though. Why? Oh, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. Because I an idiot. Yes, I forgot. Okay, I don't want to bail out of my solution here. No. So here's what happened. I forgot to check the last passport because the remaining new line is not there. So I'm adding a final check where I do basically this. I don't need to start a passport, save, and this is fine. This is gonna work anyway, even if the passport is gonna be just reset. But the problem is we have this field which we need to check every single time, but we don't care about it. We really do not care about it. So check needs to basically fake this. So here's what I can do. I can do self dot seed equals I don't know, owned. And now everything is going to work, because now CID, which is the field that we were supposed to booby trap, now it's going to be checked correctly, because it's going to validate to true. Now here's also another thing I'm going to try to do here. Let's see how slow we are. So let's also print a line number and into console log line I. Save. What's the problem? Oh yeah, it's oh, that's annoying. We can't get iterator, so we have to do it ourselves, I guess. For I equals 0. I don't need to say usize this time because we are in comptime land, so oh I'm thinking JavaScript. Comptime log console log. Oh, stupid, double stupid. Compile log. Okay. Line 0, line 1, uncompile log statement. Yeah, but you're supposed to continue, my dude. Why are you getting surprised by this now? That's annoying. Okay, so we can't have this there? Annoying. Okay, fine. I mean, we know, we kind of know how much time it takes now. Cannot assign to a constant. Cannot assign to a constant. What if I assign it to data? Is this going to work? Cannot assign to cannot assign to constant. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, of course. So do I? Yeah, I want to put this here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna accept a passport pointer, right? And I want to go back to my older thing. Okay, so now we're back in business. Now it's time to wait for another while. So we know that compilation is gonna be completed around 1 gig and 500 megabytes, probably something along those lines. So yeah, a couple of them mistakes. I forgot all the instructions basically. I got so concentrated on making things work at compile time and being clever about stuff, but I forgot the requirements, which is a problem. But now it should be fine. Because now country D always checks out, which is gonna make a bunch of passports valid. And that's it. 700 megabytes. Let's go. Let's go. In the meantime, what can we do? If there's anything new on RSig. I don't know why Reddit is kind of slow for me. Oh no, wait a second. Old Reddit. Attention. Please tell me there is one also for Safari. Can I? No, this only works on Chrome. Oh no, don't tell me that I can't get this thing for Safari. What? Weren't these goddamn extensions supposed to be to become cross-platform at one point? Download Tamper Monkey. Oh no. I don't think I'm gonna pay €1.09 for the privilege. Thank you. Almost there. Almost there. 400 megabytes remaining. Of code. Oh yeah, there was this nice proposal about vector syntax. In the comments. Oh yeah, I remember reading this from the proposal. This person says that most probably 99% of the requests for operator overloading in game communities, it's just because they want vectors. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Did it slow down? 117. Go. Yeah, okay. Nothing really new on the Segment subreddit. Propose a rename SIMD vectors. 2259. Okay, the one before once again shows the most programmers associate the word vector with a linear algebra vector type and not with a SIMD vector. I propose to rename to SIMD array, but I'm open to for other names. Flandre, weren't you looking at hot posts instead of new though? Does that matter on Reddit? I think it matters if you are in a active subreddit, like a very busy one. The Zig subreddit is not super busy, and I think that basically everything that gets posted goes immediately on the front page because there is not much, let's say, pressure. Let me go back there. Can I undo? Yes, I can undo. Also, for some reason, Reddit is low for me today. Almost there. But if I go to new, and it loads, yeah, it's pretty much the same stuff. Also pretty much in the same order. So yeah, it does matter. It's just that the subreddit is not big enough yet for it to matter for us. Yeah. Nothing new here. Okay, we are done. Let's see. 213. Let's hope it's correct this time. Would be embarrassing to get it wrong yet another time. Sorry, 213, not 2000. 213, right? Right. Submit. Yay! So it was right. It worked. Let's continue to part 2, where I will have to throw away everything that I'm doing because it's gonna ask something more complicated for sure. So, part 2. The line is moving more quickly now, but you over here, airport security, talking about how passwords with invalid data are getting through. Better add some data validation quick. You can continue to ignore the CID field, but each other field has strict rules about what values are valid for automatic validation. Birth year, 4 digit, at least 1920 and at most 2002. Oh. I think this plays very well into what I built until now. Sounds nice. Your job is to count. Okay, so let's continue reading. Let's not get overexcited. So issue year 4 digits, at least 2012, at most 2020. Expiration year 4 digit 2020, 2030. Height, number followed by either centimeters or inches. If centimeter, this is the range. If inches, this is the range. Hair color, a number followed by exactly 6 characters. Oh, by the way, Matt is gonna enjoy doing this using Mecha so much. Okay, this is just a parsing job, so I'm gonna skip the rest of the rules there, I guess. Whatever. Your job is to count the passports where all required fields are both present and valid according to the world rules. Here are some example values. Okay, so these are just examples. Here are some invalid passports. Here are some valid passports. Count the number of valid passports that have all required fields and valid values. Continue to treat CID as optional. In your batch file, how many passports are valid? Okay, so I guess all we have to do is add some explicit validation here. So I guess what we can do is, let me think, what's the best way of doing this? What's the best way of doing this? I think I can do this. Let's see if this works. Even more comptime code. How much virtual RAM are you expecting this time? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think this should be much worse. I think that the source of slowness in general is all the allocation stuff and the base machinery to produce these passport tracks and a bunch of slices. I think a little bit of logic for checking. I would expect it not to impact the final time too much, but we'll see. So here's what I can do. I can do pub function byr. I think I can do this. Let's see if it works. Star passport. Oh, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we get rid of this metaprogramming stuff, which was nice, I have to say. But basically, instead of doing this, also funny that micro kills all my indentation for some reason. Weird. Anyway, so we do it the proper way. So if self.byr byr. So what it is, it's a string that we need to parse. So you know what? I think we can compress this. If self.byr or else return false. So we want to grab self.byr or else return false. And then to this value, we want to do try std dot fmt dot parse int. And we actually don't want to try. We want to catch false, I guess. But we can change this to exclamation point void, and instead of checking like this, we do. How do we check the other way? A nice way of catching the error. I'm not gonna try. It's gonna be p check p dot check catch continue. I think you can do if with errors, right? If with errors works. So you test this and you capture the error. In our case, we don't care what the error is, but only if there is. Here's the value and the error goes in the else branch, I think. So this should work. Or else error.fail. So we get byr. And so we parse it as an int. And it needs to be parsed. What are the options? Oh, yeah, we need to provide a number, which is going to be the usize at base 10. And if it succeeds, then we need to test it. So we can do it like this. Const byr equals this, and then if byr is lower than 2020, what are the rules? 1920, 2002. Let's see what people are saying. Might be smart to check what kind of symbols you need to parse so you can plan ahead for some smart code you use. Patterns I need to parse. Okay, 4 digits, 4 digits, 4 digits. Number followed by either. So everything is numbers followed eventually by stuff. But well, for now, for birth year, I don't need to do anything special. And for code reuse, I think I'm gonna copy paste the line and change the name whenever I can. So we were saying 1920 or 2002. Also, would this ordering work also lexicographically? I think it would. Actually, do I need to parse int? I could probably do a check using lexicographical ordering, just looking at the bytes in memory. That would work. I think we have in memories, in mem, something of the sort. Just out of curiosity, maybe it's a bad idea, but mem, I don't know, function ord. Oh yeah, order. There we go. Compares to slices of numbers lexicographically. Yeah. Let's do it. Why parse numbers? It's gonna waste time. We already have performance problems. Okay, you know what? In case I might need this for real, I'm gonna leave it commented there. It'd be useful. But here's what we do then. If so if by if cell dot b, no, I need to do it with a const byr equals self dot byr, or else return error dot fail. Self dot b, then if std dot mem dot order slices of U8s, and then on the left side we want byr. On the right side we want what was it, 1920, and this returns math.order, which can be .eq.lt .gt. Okay, UR 1920 is different, so we are trying to catch the failure. So if this is if different than .gt, PUR has to be greater than 1920. And also we need to learn about the corner cases, like is 1920 included or not? Do we have an example here? Valid, invalid. There are no examples. Oh, yes, at most 2002. So extremes are included. So that's easy. I mean, I could do or, but why do or when you can change this to 1990? And std dot order u8 byr 2002 we were saying, right? Now this becomes 2003, and that has to be different than LT, right? What's the other one? Yes, LT. So GT LT. So if sorry, and that's or. If either of the two is true, then I'm sorry, ma'am, but we return error.fail. And then, so let's, I think we should start with this and process only enough lines for the first passport and test everything on the first passport so that we can have some a baseline to know if we're doing well or not, because the evaluation loop is going to be a bit slow otherwise. So let's just check the, oh, it's just the first line. Okay, so that's nice. So what we do is once we get to the end of the while, we add compile log. What do we compile log? We compile log if it's valid, maybe, so that we can check if things make sense, maybe. Valid. And then we print d.check. And then we, okay, so this should allow us to test things. Expected optional type, found type info, type of, blah, blah, return type, error union, error set void. Is there no if syntax with error sets? Oh yeah, there is, but you need the else branch. Right, without the else branch, it doesn't work. I think, and also I need to copy everything in here too. So else with an empty capture block, and we do nothing in there. Also, this gets commented momentarily. Let's see if this works. Valid, type info for return type. Oh, god damn it. Okay, I need to do something with this. P.check catch that face. Okay, so this brings sad face because it says, so this says sad face because the first passport is not valid. Let's double check why. Birth year is 2020. Is this allowed? No, birth year is not allowed to be 2020. It can be at most 2002. Okay. Are the rest valid? Because if the rest are valid, I'm gonna edit quickly in the source code just to see it flip to true. Let's see. Oh, I think it's missing fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Yeah, it's also missing fields. That's a problem. Okay, but I think we're doing a good job already. It compiles. It seems reasonable. YOLO. Let's comment this. Let's comment this. This is the new version of this. Do I need this capture group? What if I don't capture? I need it? I don't remember. Okay, so we have BYR. Let's do the other fields. IYR, same thing. There you go. Code reuse. Copy and paste. IYR. 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 Between 2010 and 2020. 2010. 2020. Expiration year, 4 digits, same thing. IYR, EYR. Dates, 2020, 2030. Height. Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. Good point. That's EYR, that's IYR. Thank you. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The chance for making mistakes is very high. Nice. Okay, so height is now the weird ones start. Height is a number followed by either centimeter or inches. Uh, oh, okay, that's fine. So, what is this? Height. Yeah, okay, so height is const. Height is self dot height, or else return error fail. But then what we do here is we need to do if self. How can we do this? Let me think. Well, we can do if std mem dot ends with. I think we have it. Let me double check. Yes, have ends with. So if it ends with, we need to use U8, blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. Ends with U8 height centimeters. Then here's what we do. Else if it ends with inches yen, right? Yeah. Then in inches, that's what we do. Else return error.fail. it doesn't end with either. So if it ends with centimeters, we want to do this usual thing, I believe. Are there, again, ranges? Yes, we again have ranges. Okay, so, oops. See, there are probably better ways. Hey, Redline, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the Prime. Thank you very much. So, you know what? We could even use these things just to set the limits. So let's do var hgt max equals 0, var hgt mean equals 0, and if it's centimeters, hgt mean equals, what's the minimum? In centimeter, it's 150, so 149. 149. Oh yeah, which means that this needs to be strings. We are still doing the thing where we don't parse numbers. Fuck it. So 150 hgt max equals, what was it? 193. So 194. Nice. uh, so is it right? Yes, 194. Otherwise 59 and 76. Copy here. Oh no, I keep copying with the wrong lines. Okay. 58, 77. Finally, we can do our favorite trick. It's lexicographical comparison. And we are comparing HGT, GT. Okay, oof. Height was complicated, annoying. Hair color. Pound sign followed by exactly 6 characters, 09 or AF. This is annoying. Okay. Const. What was this? HGL. HGL equals, well, you know what? Copy, paste. Oh, I missed that Sublime would, if I were to paste a line in Sublime, it would immediately paste the line as a new line. But anyway, HGL. We get HCL, and so if for HCL, that's interesting. So do I do a for loop? Well, you know what? No, I start by asserting the length, and then I just check the indices, and that's it. Or actually, I can do the for loop, but then I also need to. Yeah, we can do the for loop, but I still need to assert the length in the beginning. So if HCL.len different than what it needs to be, exactly 6 characters, so 7 characters. If the length is different than 7 characters, return error.fail. Then for each HCL characters, have a character. Also want an index, and switch the index. If the index is 0, then if it's 0, if C is different than the pound sign, return errors or fail. And actually, you know what? Let's get rid of those. What? Why am I getting errors? Oh yeah, this. Okay, so the 0, else that's annoying. Else if C is lower. Oh, now this is a composite check. Oh man. These standard libraries just filled with advent code sheets. Well, I mean, it's a standard library. It's allowed. If you had Mega, this would be easier. I know. I was saying that earlier, Matt. You're right. I was saying like when you are gonna do this with Mega, you're gonna have a field day. But I'm not using Mecha. That's annoying. So am I gonna do the complicated thing where I try to do both checks? Yeah, I guess I have to. So I'm gonna mess this up for sure. There's no way I get it right first try. So when do we return an error? When something and something, both things need to be false. Both things need to fail. The first thing that needs to fail is that if we are not between 0 and 9. So how can we not be between 0 and 9? So if C is lower than 0, or D is bigger than 9, then this part fails. And the other part fails if C is lower than A or C is bigger than F. I think this should be right. So yeah, if C is lower than A or bigger than F and is lower than 0 or bigger than 9, let me think about it. Like, what if it's A? What happens to this condition? If C equals A, what happens to this condition here? Condition is gonna say, wait, this is gonna say true. Oh no, I also have spammers. Oh, I could use parse int with base 16. Oh, nice. Nice recommendation. Give me a second, why? Ban this stupid bot. Oh, that's a problem because now I'm gonna have this stupid message here forever. A shame. So right, should I use really parse int for this? You know what? Yeah, let's use parse int. I like your recommendation much more. The chances of me messing up this composite condition first try are way too high. It's almost certainty. Let's do the parse int. So if HCL is different than 7 or HCL first place is different than the pound sign, we return error. And then we do try to do, well, we do underscore equals try std fmt parse int. We parse an int in a usize. and we pass in HCl starting from position 1 until the end, base 16. Nice. Oof, man, this is so nice. Thank you for the suggestion. Holy cow. I should probably test this maybe before going YOLO into it. Might be a good idea. New tab, open test, zig, tab function main void constant t equals import t t debug dot print I std parse size AA0055F. Is it too much? Wait. Oh, there is no alpha channel in here, I believe, right? Exactly 6 characters, right? Okay, 055. 15. Let's pray it works. Big run test. Big. Yeah, it parses. Let's make it fail. Let's put something suspicious in there, like a Z, which I believe is out of range. And I should not have done this. Save. Test it. Nice, invalid character. Okay, so we're actually getting what we want. So nice. That was a very nice one-liner. So we try, otherwise it fails with whatever error it needs to fail with. I color one of these. One of these. Okay. Is there a way of cheating around this? Is there a way of switching over those? You can switch if you consider them like a 3-byte number. You can totally switch over them. How do you construct a 3-byte number out of them though? You can cast it. You can take the string, I guess, and bit cast it. That should work. Would it work? So we certainly need this line. Again. So, what's that? ECL. Yeah, that pace. Yeah, it's because I have 2 clipboards. Even more stuff that I'm. So how can we cast those into a proper number? I should be able to do that. I should be able to do switch bit cast to U size, no, to U auto 24 U24, sorry, needed to count in Italian for a moment. You bitcast to a U24 ECL dot star, because I think ECL is a pointer. Oh, sorry, dot PTR since it's a slice. Is it a slice though? We are in comptime world, so we're gonna have to check that too. So bitcast ECL .ptr and what else should be there? And then we do case bitcast u24 amb dot star. Does that make sense? I think this needs to be tested. Well, I need to test if it compiles first. That's going to be another interesting thing. So I'm going to uncomment these so that we can do again a single line. And here's also what I'm going to do. Let's do test data for a moment. Passports test.txt. Save. Let's open a new tab. Open source passport tests test.txt. And in there, let's find a single line passport that work. Like this sounds, this seems valid. Well, let's see. Let's see, paste. Oh, wait, did I not copy it? Okay, let's put it on a single line because right now our test algorithm requires everything on a single line. So ECL Hazel year 20. Okay, I think we can even check the error returned, see if it's expected or not. So test. Hi Benjamin. Hello. Let's build a for. Okay, error invalid between function bitcast. Yeah, good point. Is it? Did I leave it uppercase? Oh yeah. So let's go while metaprogramming. So might mean expected const 00. Oh no. Right. So this cannot just be string. This has to be. Have to say, look, dude, it's a slice. Stop complaining. Unable to bitcast from pointer type const u8. Unable to bitcast from pointer type const u8. Oh, I think you're kind of right. Yes, because dot pointer just gives me the pointer, but I need to dereference it to obtain the actual stuff. Is this it? Index syntax required for unknown length pointer. Hey, you know what? Let's change this to something else. Let's make these a actual. Can we make these an actual array of 3 U8s? Wait, I'm stupid. Why am I trying to modify these things up there? This was fine. The problem is somewhere else. Problem is, yeah, it's in the bitcast part. So here I'm trying to bitcast something that is ECL, which is this string, which is a slice. And since I just get the pointer, index syntax is required for a known length pointer type. Yeah, that's a good point. So how do I do this? Can I do ECL 0 dot dot 3? How do I recover physical array type? Enable to pick up from pointer const 3 u8. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I think we're there. Dot star, save. Oops. This initial type U24 has size 4, but source type has size 3. Why has U24 size 4? What? Dude? Why? What? I'm kind of getting disappointed. I think I'm trying to do something that I should not be doing. I was scratching the borders of what's allowed for a long time, and I think I finally got to the point where I'm stressing something that it's not working properly as intended. Yeah, U24 should be 3 bytes long. Why? Why? Um, mission failed, but placing bitcast here would have been amazing. It would have really been amazing. Or you know what? We can change these to, let me think, something else. No, we can't change that to anything else. Um, is maybe sine 24 any better? Doubt it, but yeah. Why is size 4? Oh, my evil switch plan failed. Okay, no more evil switch plan. Annoying. Bitcast individual characters and add them up. Uh, Bitcast individual characters and add them up. Maybe I could. I would need to multiply them by. I would need to get the math right. There are so many chances I'm gonna get it wrong anyway. So you know what? Let's just go for the mem dot equal root. But if this worked, that would have been nice, because like if this works, and I know I can put a bit of logic into coming up with the label. I know that this is legitimate, and with this I would just need to do all the 4 cases or whatever were needed, and I would be done with it. Everything everything actually they would always be on the same case where you don't do anything, and then if it's none of those, you return an error. Is the only showstopper is that for some reason a U24 is 4 byte long. uh in any case, let's go with main dot equal. If mem dd.mem dot equal 08 cl A and B. Or blue BRN gray GRY green hazel. So if it's any of those, then it's fine. Else, that should be it. But oh yeah, the final or. So if it's any of those, I could change it to not and not and not and not, but whatever. Let's move forward. Oh God, too much work this this challenge here. Passport ID, a 9-digit number including leading zeros. What does that mean? It's a number that can have leading zeros, okay? Okay, that's easy. I'm gonna copy this. Copy this. What was the PID? Okay, so PID, stuff.pid, otherwise error fail. We find PID, PID, and the strings are gonna be. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the lexicographical. Oh, this is valid. Wait. A 9-digit number including leading zeros. So all zeros is not allowed, or is it? We have even that test case in here. How many zeros was it supposed to be? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do parseInt. Let's just do parseInt like a normal person. parseInt. Parse into a how many numbers? Is a U size enough? Yes. 9-digit number. So if pid.len is different, then although I should probably do character by character. So it's different than 9, return error, fail. Yeah, that parsing is not useful. And then for PID for each character, if character is lower than 0 or character is bigger than 9, return error will fail. And we do this for each character. And that's it. Is it really it? Is this really all there is to it? Let's build. Valid. Unhappy face. Do we have an error trace? We don't have an error trace. I should do p.check. So you know what? Where is this? We do a p.check and we return an error comp time. Okay, now I'm curious. What happens if I call p.check and do like try p.check. Because if I get error traces, no, sorry, not return p.check, but try. So if I get the error trace, really? Oh wait. Wait. Okay, no. X. This instead of becoming a compile log becomes try p.check. Expected type void found bool. Oh yeah. Error fail. Oh, but I don't have the error tag trace. That's annoying. Maybe you should name these differently so that we know which fail we got. Fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So many error conditions. I should have given them better names since I'm getting kind of tired. And what? Oh. Fail 14. PID is missing. Good catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now these succeeded. Now let's change this slightly. Let's make it the last one a Z. Save. Perfect. Fail 16. So this check works. I'm assuming length works too. This all works. Should we try? You know what? Let's not try anything else. Let's just go back to passport day 4.txt. Let's uncomment the normal lines. So we try to do the check. If it works, we increase count. If it doesn't return an error, we increase count. If it does return an error, we don't do anything. And we continue like this till the end. Nice. Time to build. Oh no, error. Unable to find A4. How did I call it then? Of course, passport. Oh, passports, plural, of course. And now we compile, I guess. How does Zig free memory? Wait, what about ASCII is digit? Oh no, I should have done that. I didn't know that was a thing. Thank you, I'm just cosmic. I missed that. Length of 9 and all 9 valid digits, to put it differently. How does Zig free memory? So what I'm doing right now, it's a bit of a magician trick, and I'm not freeing any memory because, well, now that I think about it, I'm not allocating any either. But when you are doing comptime stuff, it's a separate story. But normally speaking, if you're writing a normal Zig program, you have to free memory manually. Everything that allocates memory dynamically has to accept an allocator. And once you have an allocator, usually the pattern is You allocate something, and in the line right below, you put defer whatever dot free, allocator dot free, what you just allocated. So it's manual memory management, but you have a couple of facilities that help you get it right without too much difficulty. But what's more interesting is learning how many things you can get away with without having to allocate memory at all. And I think that's a very interesting dimension that you can explore with Zig more easily, because everything is explicit, and in general, people are conscious about allocating. Like, they don't just allocate because if they don't need to, which is kind of neat. Of course, for computers like normal desktop computers, you can say, well, whatever, you're gonna have a bunch of gigabytes of RAM. Who cares? Sure, but at the same time, this makes a lot of Z code viable for embedded devices and other places where resources are more constrained, or the situations where you are building, like the one time where you are building real high performance software where uh, not allocating is an important feature of your application, or only allocating in certain situations. And actually, this is like real stuff. It's not something that just happens, like, I don't know, in movies, or that just something that people mention in conference talks that has no relationship with reality. If you think about it, there are a lot of systems out there that get put under a lot of stress, like memory stress, and handling and being able to handle um, more consciously memory usage is a feature. One example is, for example, just thinking about the web world. If you are working in a large scale company that has like a large scale network systems, and they are being orchestrated by Kubernetes or whatever orchestrator you like, uh, these systems have to size how many things can stay in the same physical node, right? You have a machine with, I don't know, 4 CPU cores and 16 gigabytes of RAM. And if your application is sized to consume 1 core and, I don't know, 4 gigabytes of RAM, then you can put 4 of these things on the same machine. Roughly speaking, actually, you should leave some memory, I guess, for the OS and other stuff. But you get the idea, right? As long as you have to provide um, a sizing for your application. Your application cannot be wildly using memory randomly, or actually you can, but then the choice becomes either you put less of those instances in one physical node than you would be otherwise be able to, or you put more, but then occasionally all memory will be eaten by one of the instances, and everybody will crash and etc etc. So random crashes, randomly services is something that you kind of don't want, because then that also plays into your P99 response time, which ties into other stuff. Like, because at one point, if you're doing like a bunch of connected, what is it, microservices? If you're doing microservices, the total latency that your service, like the time that your service wastes to contact other services or whatever, becomes part of the interface, because people need to know if they can build on top of you or not. And if they don't know how much time your application consumes normally to resolve a request, then you end up with like these castles where the user ends up having to wait, I don't know, a full minute for something to work. If you ever used any online service by Microsoft, you probably have experienced this. Uh, it's I don't know. I remember every time I was using anything by Microsoft and you try to log in, you get bounced between 4, 5, 15 different services that keep bouncing you left and right, and you have to wait there just to log in into a service. So, long story short, let's roll back the stack. Manual memory management is a real thing. Oh, and we finished compiling. Final count 147. Is this gonna be it? Oh, that's the right answer. So this was the wonkiest solution to this whole thing. So I hope people are not disappointed by this. I'm not doing so. Some other people are doing the advent of code, trying to come up with the most elegant solution, the most efficient solution. I'm doing either. I'm trying to get there whichever way I can. I'm not going to break the rules. We have our private leaderboard where the rules are no external libraries, so I'm following those. But yeah, in the first few exercises, I went for like the dumbest, straightest way possible. This time I decided, you know what, fuck it, let's try messing around with comp time, and it did pay out in the first half of the exercise. In the second half, not much. I mean, I didn't gain much. I didn't lose anything. Probably if I went a different route, I wouldn't have gained much. I would have to do this either way. I was subjected to longer compile times because I'm abusing the shit out of comp time. Look at this eval branch quota. um, but yeah, that's it. I one thing that I want to do if I have the energy is that I want to revisit the exercise of the first and second day and provide a couple more wonky solutions. Because I can think a couple of things that can be fun to see working. So I guess that was it for today's advent of code. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something, maybe not too much. Maybe the right things, not the bad ones. And I think I'm gonna send you to Nipsey. So take a look at Nipsey. He's working on the WebAssembly backend for the self-hosted compiler in Zig. So have fun, and I guess see you tomorrow for the next advent of code. Please, let's hope it's less of a chore than it was today. So bye bye.